Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Armand here for E equals MCU, and I saw an article I wanted to go over real quickly here on the Murphy's Multiverse, written by Charles Murphy, and I think there's a little bit to read in between the lines of what's being said here. A couple things to take from it, but first let's go over the article. It says here, James McAvoy preps fans for a complete reimagining of the X-Men by Marvel Studios. All right, now it goes on to say, since Disney acquired the rights to the mutants and its related characters in early 2019, fans have been abuzz about when and how they'd make their way into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fox made 13 characters with the films over 20 years, with New Mutants wrapping up their efforts in 2020. Now it's Kevin Feige's turn to bring the characters to the big screen. Despite initially teasing them in San Diego Comic-Con 2019, there's been very little has come to light about their plans, and while rumors continue to swirl that we'll see some holdovers from the Fox films make an appearance at some point, James McAvoy, who played Charles Xavier during the 2010 era films, isn't quite so sure that's what Marvel Studio has in mind, as he explained in an interview with comicbook.com. They're clever people. They're so good at putting stuff together. They'll figure it out, and when they do, they'll figure out where to do it, but that might not involve people who've done it before. It might be complete reimagining. As a fan, I'm down for that and as well, and I'd expect and I'm excited to see what happens next. If what happens next involves us, then that'll be cool, but I'm not sure what way they're going to do it, or how they're going to do it, or how they're going to go with it. But as a fan, I'm excited to see whatever way they go. As the comic book points out, Hugh Jackman seems to have made peace with his time as Wolverine and put it behind him. A recent round of rumors had Professor X making an appearance in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And if true, could it be McAvoy reprising his role? Would he be interested in doing it or like Jackman? Is he ready to move on? Now, this is quote McAvoy. I'm all about doing good stuff. And when I got asked to play Charles the first time, it was good stuff. It was good writing, and I was excited. If people offer me good writing, I'm always going to be excited. But I do feel like I've had a good ending with Charles, and I got to explore some really good stuff, particularly in the first two movies that I did for him as the character. So if my time is done, I'm happy with that time that I spent and the time that I have, and the time that I was given. And if good writing comes in and people want to do stuff with me, I'll always be open to do that. But it's got to be good. You guys have to pardon me. I'm in my car, so that was his quote was. That certainly sounds like someone who is in no hurry to return to the role of Professor X. If McAvoy is out and Patrick Stewart, who is in his earlier in 2020 implied he had met with Feige and turned down the opportunity to play Charles again, can be taken at his word, it seems an all-new, all-different actor would have to portray Charles in the Strange sequel. In line with McAvoy's comments about the MCU mutants being in a complete reimagining, of course, it's possible that one of or both McAvoy could return. All right, guys, so that is the article that was written. That's the short statements that McAvoy gave in regards to the situation. And I don't know if anybody else is picking up on this, but this isn't the first time we've heard this whole reimagining of the X-Men. This had to have been like a year ago. Victoria Alonso actually said that using the name X-Men, was outdated, or they just kind of felt like in this this wokeness era that we're in, that name didn't really fit anymore for what the X-Men was. And and please, anybody in the comment section, if you could explain to me what makes the name X-Men so, I don't know if it's like derogative or something, but and to me, and just how I see it, and maybe I'm off on this, but to me, women are men, or are man, should I say. There's a great quote in the movie Hustle and Flow as to why the lead character calls everybody man. He walks, hey man, you know, he called everybody man, and the reason why he called everybody man is because a woman is still a man as well as a man being a man, and he meant that more from a species standpoint as a human being. So to me, and with our, you know, the English language and everything, it's the same thing like with male, and then there's female. But they, you know, if you were calling them male, if there was another word for males or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, how is that? I don't know. I guess I don't understand that argument of it. But it looks like Marvel Studios may indeed change the name. There were reports that came out that said that the working title for the film was actually The Mutants, or The Rise of the Mutants, I believe, or something to that effect. And Victoria Alonso has said this a couple of different times, so it definitely looks like they're in for a rebranding or a change of some sort with Marvel Studios, and we won't really know until the first one gets introduced, which looks like it'll be in Doctor Strange and how they handle that with the multiverse. There have been leaks of this fight with Wanda, Scarlet Witch, and Charles Xavier, and I believe in the leak, shout out to Dinner Nerds and Josh, I was watching his channel and he had covered it, and according to the leak, it's a multiversal multiversal Wanda fighting Charles Xavier from a different multiverse, and it didn't state if they were from the Fox multiverse or if it was just the concept of it. So it'll be interesting because that means they can kind of play with how they want the X-Men to be portrayed and how they want to bring them in, and if they'll even indeed be called X-Men or if they'll just be the mutants somehow. So it'll be interesting to see how they work that out, how they get all of that into it, and how they blend it into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this. A couple of different things I really want to hear from you guys on this. Number one, would you prefer Charles Xavier to be McAvoy, or do you want Patrick Stewart back? And then number two, how do you feel about the name change? Does it matter? All my true X-Men fans out there, you know what I mean? Like, how does this rub you? So let me know down in the comment section. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm out.